Hey, I think it's on. Springtime here, and every spring it seems like we get into doing things around drainage, and today's project was the driveway here. We had a pretty heavy load of firewood on a trailer a few weeks ago, and we put some big ruts down the driveway, and so I ordered 10 tons of crushed stone. I've probably gotten through 5 tons in one day, and cost me a few $100s to do this, but I'll walk you through today what I do to try to fix the driveway up. So this is what I call crushed stone. The guy I got it from called it clean stone. I don't know, but anyways, there's just rock and no dirt in with it, and so this stuff is good for drainage. And I've been working out here in the rain all day today. I hardly felt like doing this video, but sacrifices you gotta make sometimes. So that's about all my wobbly little wheelbarrow's gonna handle. You see, I always got a wobbly tire on the front of these things. We're gonna take this down the driveway. Okay, we get this stuff down to where we need it on the driveway. And in here we had quite a mud hole. And so I started with some larger rock here. And then on top of the large rock I went with the crushed stone. I'll show here in a minute just in case that camera angle's all wrong. Drop that there. I gotta find my rake. And here you can see it's like a crushed stone, and then that turns to larger rock right there where we have a really muddy spot. So I bring a load of crushed stone down and dump it here. Then I go down over the hill, fill up with, I have to sort my dirt from my rock, and then I come back up here and dump that. Okay, so we're down in my gravel pit here now. I sorted a pretty big dent out of this pile here today. I'm trying to collect the rock from here because obviously this rock is free. It's not costing me 30 bucks a ton. So wheelbarrow up with this stuff. We take this up and we dump it into the bigger holes. That will go with this one too. Okay. Shoveling this stuff was no joy today. And it's all turning to mud here at my feet. And not a very pleasant job. I felt like I was working on the prison gang here today. I gotta do this by hand. Okay, before I get my hands too filthy here, I'll pause and I'll have to take this up over the hill, and then I'll show you with my repair there once more. Okay, just one other thing to point out here. This soil that I have down here is really clayish. You can tell when you squeeze it together and then you poke it, it doesn't do anything. And that's sort of important for what I'm doing up here on my road. When I lay down my crushed stone over top of it, I'm doing one final layer of this stuff. And what I found with the little beaver dam that we made out of this stuff last year over here is that once this hardens down, it becomes almost like a cement, and it should glue all of the crushed stone kind of together on my road, that it won't spread out anywhere after that. So here we are again up in our puddle. And I'm going to take the larger rock and put it down in the deepest spots that need to be built up in elevation. And then we take the smaller stuff and dump it. And I'll rake that out. So here's what we have. Our puddles we fill with large stone that we sort out of the clay. And here's what that's starting to look like. I gotta, like I say, rake out what we just piled there. And then that saves me some of the filler for when what comes on next is the crushed stone that we're buying. Okay, so all the water now can come to the bottom of that and it won't be up at the surface where you're driving. And then on top of the crushed stone, you can see here where I started putting down my top layer of clay. And we're gonna see in a couple weeks time if this hardens together the way I'm hoping. This should be a really, really solid driveway. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Hopefully that helps you guys if you have ruts in your road and you want to try to repair them. This is how I do it. Heavy rock in really deep spots, large rock, and then small rock like crushed stone. And then if you have it, you could top it off with the clay that I'm using.